Welcome to the first episode of Aunt Susan's video advice show. This is an experiment that I'm doing because so many people ask me for advice, and I see on places like Quora and Reddit, people are constantly asking questions. So I figured, well, let me answer some real life questions from people. Um, and hang on a second. Okay. I'm playing with technology. You know how I am with technology. It's terrible. Okay. So here are, I've got some questions that people have asked me. So what I'd like to do is give you some answers. And the first is somebody had asked me, what are some things that people should do every day to guarantee their well-being? Okay. And especially with everything that's going on right now, it's kind of crazy out there, isn't it? But you can never guarantee your well-being. There are no guarantees for anything in life. So that's the first thing that I have to say about that question. You can't guarantee anything. However, what you can do is there are certain things that you can do to make a better experience for yourself on a daily basis. And I think anybody who's ever listened to anything that I've ever talked about, many of my videos on YouTube, they know that those things are going to be mindfulness, gratitude, and a positive self-image. Okay. Those are the 3 steps to creating a less stressful life and to generating happiness. When you have mindfulness plus gratitude, the result is a byproduct, and that byproduct is happiness. By being content with what you've already got, and by finding the wonder and amazement and awe in daily life, things that we take for granted, those are the things that provide us with a positive experience in life. So there you go. Those are some of the things that you should do every day to guarantee your well-being. Next question, which I find really funny, is should I get revenge on my ex? Okay, what type of revenge are we talking about here? I mean, are we talking about, voodoo dolls? Are we talking about slashing tires or something bad? No, you shouldn't get revenge on your ex. If your ex left you, they didn't care about you anymore for one reason or the other, or they just never cared about you in the first place, and you deserve better than that, okay? Why do you even care about your ex? That's in the past. The past is gone. What were we saying just now about mindfulness, right? Okay, so we spend 100% of our time right now, right? Past is gone. That's gone. So yeah, you might be angry, okay? And you may have a really good reason to be angry, if they cheated on you or they took money from you or whatever. But no, you shouldn't get revenge on your ex. For what? What purpose is that going to serve? How is that going to help you? Is that going to make you feel better? Well, maybe it'll make you feel better for this much time. Okay. But then it's going to make you look like an asshole to people that you brag to about what you did to your ex. Your ex is going to hate your guts. What good is that? How does that help anything? Let them go. Okay. You're better than that. Okay. So let's turn around and look forward and let's be in this moment right now, and let's find something to be grateful for. Okay. What can you be grateful for in that situation? And you may look at me and say, oh my God, that's, how can you even say that? What did you learn from that relationship? Well, I'll never do that again, or I'll never go out with a person who's like that again. You just learned something. You also learned that you are strong enough to survive it, right? So what are you thinking about revenge for? How is that? That doesn't serve you. Let it go, okay? And also, before we go any further, I'm also going to make sure I tell you this right now, that every situation is different. So when I get a question from somebody, I'm going to answer it in a kind of a general way. You're going to say to me, oh, but that doesn't apply to me. Yeah, you know what? It might not. Okay. If it doesn't apply to you, send me a message and let me know what your problem is, and I'll answer your problem, your question, because everybody's situation is different. What may work in one person's situation may not work in somebody else's, but I'm going to give the best answer that I can that is going to apply to the most number of people. Okay. But when it comes to getting revenge on your ex, no, I'm sorry, that it's not worth it. For what? What does that do? That just throws more negativity out into the world. Why do we need that? Okay. Somebody else asked me the question, and this is, now we're going to get serious here. Uh, she said, I'm feeling super discouraged by what's happening in my life right now. How do I get out of this? And I can relate. Okay, believe me, sweetie, I can relate. And sometimes what we have to do, and I got some really good advice from a friend I know who's a therapist, and she's absolutely right. It's okay to feel the emotion. Okay, there are just going to be some times where no matter how many times you use the power questions, which is how I direct people to get out of situations in the moment, or you can pick apart an emotion 1,000 times and still feel discouraged, and that's okay. Sometimes you just need to take 15 minutes or half an hour or a day and cry and be discouraged and feel like shit, and okay, that's what's going to happen. The difference is letting it run your life. Okay, when emotions start to run your life, that's not cool. It's okay to feel the emotion. And the analogy that I give to my clients, and I'm going to say it here again, is you tell that emotion, you know what? I feel you. It's okay. You could come along for the ride, but you can't drive. Okay. So identify it and label it, because what happens is that discouragement, it becomes this black cloud that surrounds you and envelopes you, and you can't get out of it. You can't break free of it. And that's when it becomes the problem. So by identifying it and label it, I'm feeling discouraged because, okay, of this and this and this and this, and shrink it down to a label. Okay, strap it in the back seat and say, you know what, you could come along for the ride, but you can't drive. And then give it some time. Pull that emotion out and say, you know what, I'm really pissed off, and get or whatever that emotion is, go get a box of tissues and destroy it, okay, to get that anger out. But then the anger has to go away. You can't let that anger or discouragement or frustration or irritation run your life and run your behavior. You are driving, okay? And there is a unit that I have when I'm dealing with my clients, and I call it dealing with the negative junk. And I teach you how to pick those things apart. So why am I feeling angry and discouraged? What is it about this situation that's bothering me so much? Sometimes there's a trigger. Because you might have had, if you're feeling discouraged, there might have been other times in your life when you felt discouraged and you felt like you had no control over your life. And right now, with all the COVID crap that's going around, yeah, that's a very prevalent feeling. So don't feel like you're alone. There are a lot of people out there right now, including me, who sometimes get discouraged by what's going on. So I hope that you've enjoyed this brief little live episode of Aunt Susan's video advice. If you would like to ask a question, you can contact me on my email, susan@thequietzone@gmail.com, or you can leave a comment down at the bottom of this video. Let me know, give me your name so I can reach out to you and ask what's going on. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll be back again tomorrow at 2. Hopefully, can I come back tomorrow at 2? Yeah, I can. Tomorrow's Friday the 13th. I'll be back tomorrow at 2. I don't have any clients on, and I'll have some more questions. I do have more questions here that I didn't get to answer. And in the meantime, if you would like to read some information and watch some videos about things techniques that you can use right away to help you get through the stress, start thriving again instead of just surviving during this new normal, go to my website, www.thequietzonecoaching.com. I have a blog page with lots of blog entries and a lot of information there that will benefit you. So I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Let me get back up here in my little Zoom box, and I will talk